Yo guys, how y'all doing today? It's me, it's Murray75 guys, I'm back for another video. Giving my reaction to what seems to be a very crazy week in Scottish football, so yeah, let's talk about that. So guys, as I said in the intro there, I'm going to be giving my reaction to what seems to be an absolute crazy week in Scottish football. Well, the last couple of weeks really have been crazy in Scottish football, really. Obviously, in case you don't know, a couple of weeks back, all 42 clubs took a vote to decide whether or not they should end the Championship, League 1 and League 2. Now, personally speaking, I don't know why they didn't choose to end the Premiership there as well, but that's my opinion. Obviously, there was a lot of confusion because 1 minute people thought Dundee voted no and then they voted yes, so there was a lot of things, and then Rangers have came out saying that they've got evidence, they've got a dossier of wrongdoing and things like that, and I mean, to be honest, at that point things were getting a bit embarrassing, let's be honest, because again it just looks like we don't know what the score is, we don't know how to run the game. You've got people like Steven Gerrard going on mainstream and saying that he demands that an independent investigation takes place, and the SPFL are all over the place, and the SFA didn't care what they're doing and things like that. Obviously, Rangers yesterday provided or the other day, whenever it was, provided their dossier of wrongdoing, and apparently there's been evidence of no wrongdoing at all. Now, I don't know whether or not any of that's true. I don't know, again, because let's be honest, nobody knows. Unless you can actually sit down and read what is put in front of you, you're not actually going to know if there was anything wrong, any wrongdoing in there or not. I mean, personally speaking, I don't think there was any wrongdoing done, because why would the SPFL go to such extreme lengths to screw over Rangers? I didn't understand that, but that's the mentality of Rangers just now. And I'm going to get to another team in a minute, but I want to talk about Rangers first, because I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that. Let's be honest, right? The amount of stuff that we talk about for Rangers, the amount of things that Rangers fans come out with is absolutely mind-blowing. They are shameless in terms of how they think everybody views their club, how they view themselves. I mean, listen, I didn't understand this whole thing about Rangers being, you know, I'm trying to think of the word here because I didn't want to come across as being an absolute twat, but I didn't understand Rangers and their mentality. This whole thing, well, it's us, we're Rangers, we're this, we're that, we're this, we're that, we're Rangers, we're brilliant. Everybody's against us, nobody likes us, nobody likes us. Well, you keep saying that, and people are not going to like you. But then the fact of the matter is, I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that. I know every set of supporters has got their Barmy fans, but Rangers supporters just seem to kick that up a notch. And don't get me wrong, I know through experience, because I do have friends who are Rangers supporters, and they are good ones. You do get people who are genuinely only interested in football, they don't care about the politics that go with the club. That, unfortunately, is very few and far between. I mean, I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the whole thing that goes with politics of the club. Things like, you know, I don't know if you've seen this before. Maybe this is just me, but there's a YouTube channel called Ultimate Bucket List where the guy basically does stadium tours of all around the world, and he done one in Scotland with Rangers and Celtic, and he purposely does this where he does the stadium tours, and he does rival stadium tours, like he does like Liverpool, Everton, Rangers, Celtic, Man United, Man City, but he does them in the opposition's kit, just to invoke a wee bit of reaction. Now, personally speaking, I think that's quite funny. I think that's quite funny how he does that, because he's got balls to do it, but I think it's quite funny. But when he done one with Rangers and Celtic, so he went to the Rangers stadium tour in a Celtic kit, and I watched that and I was like, wow, that guy has got ballsy steel, because everybody looked like they wanted to kill him. Absolutely everybody. Now, I have to say, and I'm not just saying this because I'm people might think I'm out to get Rangers or anything like that. I'm really only saying what was in front of me, because he went to the Rangers Stadium tour, and because he had a Celtic shirt on, when he went to speak to the people about the stadium tour, the first reaction was, "What you wanting?" You know, he wasn't welcomed, he was shunned, people were know what to stand beside him in the street and things like that, which I think is pretty shit, to be honest. But to be fair, he went to the Celtic Stadium tour and was welcomed. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just didn't buy that mentality that it's us against you, we're Rangers supporters. I didn't buy it. I never have. I never will. I don't get it. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Hearts now as well, because obviously, again, if you don't know what's going on, league reconstruction talks have failed, which means that Hearts, Partick Thistle, and I think Stranraer as well are all set to be relegated. Okay, now I've been trying to keep track of this as much as I possibly can, and trying to keep a very open mind about the whole thing. I don't believe that. See, I say I don't believe the stadium. Shut up, Stephen. I don't believe the season should go on just now. I don't believe the season should go on. I think the season should just be stopped. We're in a current climate just now where, you know, in Britain alone, 30,000 people have died. Do you know what I mean? And I think when I last read it, it was coming up to close to 300,000 people worldwide have died of this virus that's gone about now. Football is secondary to this, and I don't believe that we should be putting so much pressure on ourselves, really, to try and get the season restarted. I think it should just be halted. Final positions as are. Now, although, for example, if we were to do that up here in Scotland, Hibs would lose out in the top 6. They would finish 7th because of the points per game or the points ratio or whatever it is. But obviously we would lose out on the top 6. And that would cost the club about £130,000. Now, £130,000, that's, you know, that's massive, again, in the current climate. But that's something that the club are willing to do, which is fair enough. Also as well, I have to say, and I've took pictures of this because I want to go into this as well. Some of the things I've actually seen for both Rangers and Hearts fans has been embarrassing. I'm actually going to show you this now, so enjoy this. Right? Just watch what I've been saying, right? Watch. See what I mean? So this is again what I'm talking about. I didn't buy this whole us against everybody mentality. I didn't buy the whole everybody's out to get us. You know, let's be frank here, okay? In terms of the top of the league, Rangers are second. They're 13 points behind Celtic with 8 games in hand. Strictly speaking, could they turn that round on current form and their form since Christmas? No, I don't think they could turn it round. Hearts are 4 points adrift at the bottom, okay? Hearts have been shite all season, okay? I'm not saying that as a heavy, I'm saying that as a football fan, okay? You want to look at how Hearts' season's gone? Look at the game against St Johnstone when that big Ikpeazu tripped over the grass first and then stumbled over the ball to end up knocking himself over. Nobody beside him, he just done it. That sums up their season, okay? I don't understand why it seems everybody's against us. Can I just say, if this was Hibs in that position, Hearts wouldn't be feeling sorry for us. They'd be laughing at us. They'd be wanting us doing. You know, I hear everybody raging now because Hibs are one of the clubs that have said that they're not going for the league reconstruction. So they've said no to it. So, which is our right to do, but it's nothing to do with the fact that it's Hearts. It's obviously the proposals that are put in place now, and they're no for Hibs. The same as the other 5 clubs that have said no to it. If you think about it, right, Anne Budge shot herself in the foot massively when she turned around and said, well, we want league reconstruction as a short-term goal. So basically, to suit Hearts. That is what she has done this whole time. Everything that has came out has to benefit Hearts. No to benefit the game, no to benefit Scottish football, to benefit Hearts. Right? And I'm sorry, I personally think that the way that Hearts are being run just now, it's pretty poor. Now, bearing in mind, Hearts obviously, before they nearly went to the wall in 2012, right? Because again, they were paying for players that they knew themselves they couldn't afford. But obviously, they still done that. They still paid for players that they couldn't afford. They've came out, obviously, with Anne Budge, and the thing that I've heard a lot of since she took over was, we're going to try and live within our means. They're not doing that. They're paying Liam Boyce $6,000 a week. That to me is far too much. But that's my opinion. On top of that, if you actually really sit down and think about it, right, for the amount of times that I've heard Anne Budge, and I've heard that, was it George Fox, Leslie Dean, everything like that, all saying, oh, we've got to take legal action. You've not got a leg to stand on. You sign the contracts, you sign participation contracts at the start of every season, and in there is stipulations that say, for example, the season cannot be declared null and void after 75% of the games. That's what happens. That's the same down in England, that's the same in most leagues. It cannot be declared null and void. Because if you think about it, if you declare the season null and void, season ticket money's got to be handed back, broadcaster money's got to be handed back, bonuses, player wages have all got to be handed back. Right? You can't afford to do that. Am I going to miss Hearts? On the one hand, because I miss the derbies. But on the other hand, no. Because unfortunately, they're getting what they deserve right now. They haven't been good enough the last couple of years. Since Hibs have came back up into the top flight, they've never finished above us in the league. We've had a relatively alright derby record, I think. I mean, I just didn't buy it. I didn't buy the whole mentality that, I heard a guy say on the radio that we're the 3rd biggest team in Scotland. I'm sorry? Whereabout? What gives you the right to say we're the 3rd biggest team in Scotland? I think a team like Aberdeen, who, and I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that, the fact that I know this is through Aberdeen fans bragging about it, but Aberdeen have won 2 European trophies. 2 European trophies. Hearts haven't done that. And if you really want to go on it, is a team like Dundee United perhaps not a wee bit bigger? Because Dundee United, along with Aberdeen, broke the old firm. So I'm sorry. In terms of name and prestige, Hearts are the 3rd biggest. I'm not saying Hibs are the 3rd biggest because I didn't think we are. We're one of the biggest teams in Scotland, outside the old firm. Same with Hearts. But to come out with that statement, excuse me, to come out with that statement, oh, we're the 3rd biggest team in Scotland, just because, I don't buy that. But anyway, this is just Excuse me again. Excuse me once more, my goodness. Right guys, I'm going to leave it there now because, to be quite honest with you, I've gone off on a tangent. I'm losing my train of thought quite a lot. I just wanted to come through and quickly jot everything down, just document everything and just share what I've seen. Obviously, we've got this pandemic going on just now. I hope you're really all staying safe. I mean, as I said in the video, football comes second to health and things like that, and I really do hope that everybody is staying safe. Yeah, I hope you're all staying safe and I hope you're all well. So I'm going to leave the video there. But if you've enjoyed my ramblings, again, you know, please stick a thumbs up down there, down in the comments. Oh, shut up, Stephen. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to start that again. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out when you do that. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. Hit that bell icon beside the subscribe button. That will let you know when I upload. With that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And stay safe for this whole time. Okay? See you later, folks. Ciao.